I'm a 6-foot heavyweight, punchlines penetrate. Don't believe it, wanna see it? Watch me demonstrate. Blow past these niggas, cruising on the interstate. Truck full of them killers, you know we bout to regulate. Swag out of this world, you know they bout to imitate. P money, keep the gas pack, make me levitate. I'm just a different breed, heart like Adonis Creed. Left jab, right hook, damn I'm in a different league. Moving at a different speed, like years ahead of you. Everything in your pockets guaranteed I'm dead for you. Bedpans, IVs, told you not to mess with spook. Turn you to a vegetable, you gon' learn your lesson, dude. Can see I bless the booth, hope the bitch is fireproof. Flow so impeccable, this nigga incredible. Rap niggas edible, punchlines is rocking you. Tone told me letting loose, ain't nobody stopping you. Yes, my nigga, don't you know we put in work? All that shit you poppin's only gonna get you hurt. Only a matter of time.
Yes, sir.
Keepin' It Blunt, baby. You already know what it is, world and America. Hey, look, cousin, you already know. I gotta give our disclaimer. You know what I'm saying? Keeping it blunt, baby. We're gonna offend somebody.
We wouldn't be keeping it blunt if we didn't. You know what I'm saying? So
Word. Hey, yo, America and the world. Today we got a great guest for you. You might know him from Game Bred Boxing. You definitely know him from BKFC. My man is 6-1, bantamweight title contender, Brian Royal Reber. Yeah.
yes, sir. Man, glad to have you on the show, man. It's really good to have you on the show, especially someone with your resume, your caliber. Like, you're up there, dog. You know what I'm saying? You fighting for belts and shit, man.
Yes, sir. It's been a long time coming, baby. A long time coming. So, you know, just enjoying the fruits of the labor now.
Hell yeah.
20 plus years later.
As someone who's an amateur fighter myself, hopefully one day I'll see that glory, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man. Keep grinding, baby. That's it.
What makes you want to get into this game, man? That's one of the first questions I like to ask the fighters that we get on, because I know it takes a special type of individual, a special type of human being to want to get punched in the face for a living. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely, man. I mean, honestly, it kind of got brought to me. I didn't choose it. It chose me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like all of a sudden I heard about bare knuckle and I was like, oh, I want to do that shit. It was actually something that I kind of was like, this might be a little, you know, and then I went to a couple of shows and felt the energy and you hear that noise and it's a different energy, man. And I'm like, fuck, bro. You know, I don't know if I could do this shit. And then, you know, from cornering, I cornered Abby, who just fought over the weekend against Justin Ibarola. I cornered him, I think I want to say BKFC 5 when he fought Johnny Bedford, before Johnny Bedford had the title. So that's kind of where I got introduced to the game. And I went with him because I was one of his main sparring partners. So they kind of introduced me to the game. And then, you know, long story short, they came to the gym where I was at and had a tryout. And I didn't know nothing about it. I tried out, and from trying out, I honestly I got picked. And you know, it was a tryout with Lorenzo Hunt and Gene Herrera, rest his soul.
And an update to a story that happened over the weekend. We now know the person who died in a fiery motorcycle crash on the Gandy Bridge. Gene La Pulga Herrera was a former UFC and bare knuckle fighting championship fighter. FHP troopers say Herrera was going at a very high rate of speed on his motorcycle when he collided into a Jeep, went off the road and hit a concrete barrier. His motorcycle caught on fire and he died at the scene. The Jeep driver was not hurt. A celebration of life is being held tonight in Tampa at 5.
With the distance, now I'm back on my feet. Just a man and his will to survive.
And they picked me, man, and I told them, well, I didn't know about this shit, bro. They came to my gym today, and I knew nothing about this, so I'm not going to take no contract. And I kind of slept on it, man. And then I met Julian Lane at another gym that I trained at, and he was involved in the bare knuckle. So I said, you know what, bro? The universe really must want me to do this shit. You know what I mean? So, you know, I fucking hit the ground running, and I did exactly what I said I was going to do. I ran that shit all the way up to the fucking top.
Friday, September 13th, the purest form of combat returns for BKFC 66. In the main event, the undefeated Cuban sensation Alberto Indio Blas puts his bantamweight title on the line for the very first time against the unbeaten number 2 contender, Royal Ryan Reber, who's ready to claim his crown. Plus a stacked card with many more bare-knuckle scraps.
I may not have claimed that title yet, but I'm coming for it, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
will. I'll have that gold around my waist eventually.
Now on to the main event for BKFC 66 with gold on the line. First to the stage from Clearwater, Florida, by way of New London, Connecticut. He's 5'9". He's undefeated at 6-0. The number 2 ranked Royal Ryan Reber. Royal Ryan Reber, official weight 134.9 pounds, with gold on the line. This match for the Bantamweight Championship of the World. Bringing us to next, his record 5-0, all stoppages in under 72 seconds. Standing at 5'8", from Miami by way of Cuba, your World Bantamweight Champion. This is Alberto El Indio Blas. Alberto Blas, official weight 134.5 pounds. Tomorrow night, Friday the 13th, BKFC 66 goes down here in Hollywood, Florida. Look at the main event, already going at it on stage. Alberto and Ryan Reber.
That's what's up, man.
Just the first shot wasn't the time, man. You got to go through your failure. You got to go through your trials and tribulations, just like life, man. You know what I mean? It would have almost been too, I don't want to say too easy, but just too lovely if I would have ran that shit all the way up to the top undefeated and then fought for a world title and won that shit too. You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't in y'all's plan, man. So, you know, I stick to it, bro. And, during that title fight, he ain't beat me. I beat myself, man. So it was different. You know what I mean? Went out there and beat myself. So I still got a lot of gas in the tank. I still got a lot to show, man. And I'm excited to do that in the future.
Hell yeah, for sure.
So what was it in that fight when you say that that you kind of beat yourself? Because that fight.
Well, man, first and foremost, I said it was going to be a spiritual battle. You know what I mean? And it was, man. I mean, them Cubans, man, they're very spiritual people, man. You know, you're talking about shit like Santeria and other practices, and you know what I mean? So when you up against shit like that, and I'm a spiritual being myself, you better be on point with everything you got going on. And there was some things, in camp that I could have done a lot differently. There was obviously training. I did too much of it. I didn't do it in the right, I was doing personal training 2 times a day instead of once, and just trying to make sure, I had that David Goggins mindset to where instead of resting, I was like, no, fuck that. And I was on weight 3 weeks out, man. You know what I mean? And a lot of people say it's a big deal or it's not a big deal. And some people say that I was kind of full of shit about him re-weighing in at 154. Bro, I know what I fucking heard. He re-weighed in when we walked downstairs at 154. I re-weighed in at like 141. So he was damn near a weight class bigger than me then. So to play that game, it got into my head. So that got in my head. Other aspects got in my head. So going out there, it was almost just like I was hypnotized. I wasn't even me. You know what I mean? And then when I got hit with that kill shot, there's certain shots in this game, bro, that just take you out. You know what I mean? And they're the eye shots, man. When I got hit in my eye, I thought my eye was rolling around on the fucking canvas. I'm like kind of looking for it. Like, fuck, bro. It's a pushback into my head. Is like, fuck, bro. But I mean, most importantly, I'm more mad because I got fucking hit with that shot. You know what I'm saying? That was a shot that I shouldn't even have got hit with, man. And it was just, I sold about 15K in tickets, and I didn't even my city like that, bro. And I had my son there for his first show, and I had other people there for their first show, and it was not the way I wanted to fucking go out, man. So it really didn't sit well with me. You know what I mean? It's like, I almost look at it as it's like that scene off of fucking 8 Mile. You know what I mean? Where fucking B-Rabbit comes into the stadium and he kind of just chokes like, Yeah. You know what I mean? I felt like I kind of just choked, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I let the emotions get the best of me when I fucking knew better than that shit. But because of certain things that I had going on in camp and, other things, that's just the way the game got to play out, man, unfortunately, man. So I had to eat that shit, bro. You know what I mean? And it was a tough fucking pill to swallow. I felt like a lot of people kind of wrote me off and talk shit. And
nobody got to walk the walk but you. So anybody can say whatever, you know what I'm saying? And nobody's in your head. Nobody's in the moment. Nobody else but you and that person got to step in that cage. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So everybody who got something to say about however you perform or whatever was
and I mean, y'all not
the
last two people that I remembered were like, oh, don't worry, I'll beat them next that were in my division, got fucking smoked in their last fight. So I'm like, bro, y'all think like you ready for this shit, bro? There's levels to this shit, bro. And when you can manipulate the weight the way that he can, he's got the money behind him that he's got. There's things that you can not only get away with, but there's, levels of training that he can do for recovery and everything else that puts him way above everybody else. So what does that do for you? It gives you the confidence. And that's why that motherfucker kept telling me, he kept going, I'm different, bro. I'm different. I said, motherfucker, you ain't different. You ain't different. I'm different. You know what I'm saying? And then I fuck around and found out that, yeah, man, kid's a little bit different. Talking about a Cuban that is born and bred into this shit. I mean, you're talking about a dude that wrestled since he was 3 fucking years old. So imagine. And it's like when you win for Cuba, they're not like, that's not your medal. That's our medal, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like so I can only imagine his upbringing, his grind to have to get here off the fucking boat. You know what I mean? Coming off of a green card, and honestly, I got nothing but love and respect for the kid, but I want to do it again. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to build my way back up and we're going to do it again. And I mean, hopefully, after I trash this dude on May 2nd,
don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. I'm rocking my pants.
I'm gonna fucking call out Justin Ibarola because he's obviously too fucking scared to fight Blias. So you know what, motherfucker? I'm gonna take your spot and I'll fight Blias again, seeing how you're too pussy to fucking do it. You know what I mean? Because you don't walk into the ring with your own fucking belt, bro. Like, okay, it's cool that you're 7-0, bro, but guess what? I could have made it to fucking 7-0 as well if I would have cherry picked my next opponent. But you know what I said? I said, fuck it, bro. I want the best. I want to see where I'm at right now. And guess what? I fucked around and I found out. And it fucked with my record a little bit. But guess what, bro? That's the last time you guys going to see me fucking losing this shit. Because guess what, man? I had 6 months to let that shit eat me to fucking pieces, bro. To eat me to pieces and hear the critics and hear that. So guess what I did? I locked myself in a dark fucking room and got fucking fit, boy. I got jacked. I got bigger. I got stronger. I got faster. I got smarter. And I, cut all the loose ends off that I felt like I needed to cut off. You know what I mean? There were certain trainers. There were certain people in my corner, and just like I constantly stress and tell everybody, you show me your fucking friends and I'll show you your future. So, I mean, if people are not paying attention to who I surround myself around, is nothing but the best and straight killers, man. People that are gonna elevate me to the next level. Between my training, between my
and that one loss ain't shit, bro. Because
because nobody. I mean, nobody's even been out the fucking first round with the kid, man. After what happened to Keith, and Keith is a well-decorated. I got nothing but love and respect for Keith too. But after what happened to Keith and watching him get melted by Blias, I knew he was on a different level, man. I just, fuck it, bro. Yeah. I shot for the stars and I shot a little bit too high. But if I would have played around and cherry picked a little bit more, I could have got to 7-0 shit. I probably could have got to 10-0 because I really, there's some good competition in there, but I don't see not one of those guys is on my level. Not one of them.
It could also work in your favor too, because if you keep on like running through lower level guys, you end up gaining a sense of false confidence. You know what I mean?
100%, man. 100%. And I mean, that's where I feel like Justin is at right now. And that's why he went out and got his own belt and did this and did that. Like that shit. And at the end of the day, it's just bad energy. You know what I'm saying? Like even when I'm walking around with Dave Mundell, the champ, and he's like, yo, you wanna hold my belt for me? You wanna hold my belt? I'm like, nah, bro. Nah, I need to earn that shit. I'm not pump faking walking around with your belt. You know what I'm saying? Like I got my little fucking runner-up medallion that I gotta wear. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not doing that shit, bro. I'm not faking it till I make it. You know what I mean? I want to make it, bro. I'm not, there's certain things you could fake it to make it with, but there's other things that you just can't, bro. Well, you know what I mean? And I really want that shit and I really want to earn it. You know what I mean? I don't want it given to me. And to beat a guy like Blias And like I said in the first place, I mean, that's fucking mission completed in my life right there. To beat a high level athlete like him, I mean, you know, somebody who's fucking, I really don't see not nobody. Maybe the dude that just beat Keith may give him a little bit of run for his money, but I don't even think he can do it. I forget that dude's name because it's kind of hard to pronounce, but I know he fought in the Ultimate Fighter and shit. You know, that might be a matchup down the road. We never know.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, it's crazy. You say you're fighting out of Clearwater, right?
Yeah, by way of New
right
London.
now to go watch some fights. I'm going to my organization, Real Cage Fight, and they got an event going on right now.
Where, OCT?
Yeah.
You gonna be there?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull up, G.
Hey!
Yeah.
Bro, I live 5 minutes away.
Yeah, pull up to OCC, dog.
Yeah.
I can see this nigga right now.
Yeah, my boy Sam's fighting the co-main event.
Fuck yeah.
I just cut his hair at the shop fucking yesterday.
Yeah, bro. You'll see me. I'll be by the stage area. I'm on crutches, dog.
Oh, fuck yeah, man.
Yeah, I just had a knee operation.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man.
That's yeah.
No,
Damn, I didn't know y'all boys was local.
he is. I'm in PA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm based out of Florida.
Okay, shit. That's what's up, man. Yeah, fuck yeah. I'll pull up there probably around 6, just in time.
Yeah, for sure, man. We need to get some training in together too, dog.
Absolutely, bro. I got fucking real top-notch gyms, man. I don't know what you're into, but we got it all.
I do it all, bro. I'm all around MMA, bro.
Oh,
and
good. Yeah.
I started it late. I started at like 33, so.
So what, man? You started.
Word up.
That's all that matters, bro. Your health is your wealth. I'll be doing this shit to the day my body can't take it no more, and then some.
Word.
I thought about trying the bare knuckle too, man. I got a couple ins on that. One of the guys that we interviewed, James White Lion, he sent me something about a prospect series or something like that for the BKFC or BKB or something like that.
Yep.
So I'm thinking about checking that out once I heal up too.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, shit. It's yeah. That's for the Trigon, right?
Yep.
I feel like that works in my favor a little bit. I ain't got to worry about leg kicks and shit.
Yeah, nah, it's a different animal, man. But I really fucking enjoy it, man. You know, because when you're so used to boxing with a 16-ounce glove or even an 8 or a 10, you know, depending if you're fighting professionally, those impacts on those fucking gloves, man, it's like a car crash, man. Like a ow, bro. Yeah. But when you get hit with a knuckle, it's more like kind of just quick. You hit your shin bone. You're like, oh, that fucking hurt real quick. But it's not like a jarring, like, oh. Even when Blyas fucking cleaned right through my jaw, man. I mean, I don't know, man. If you can avoid, move your head or keep your hands up and avoid getting cut, you could last 5 rounds. You know what I mean? Especially if you're a tough motherfucker. It's just trying not to get cut or getting something fucking broke in the process. That's the hard part. So, like Lorenzo said, like I say, man, you got to kind of treat it like knife fighting, man. Quick in and out. What? And then move. Stick, move, stick, move, and little shit that you wouldn't even think would just accumulate, whether it's a jab or whether it's, anything, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's more of a game of accuracy and a game of tag. I look at it as, you know what I mean? Because you really don't like you look at the fights over the weekend, like Rambo, you know what I mean? One of my other All-In guys, he got cut in his eyelid and they had to stop the fight. The guy in UK this weekend cut his fucking nose, had to stop the fight. Like, to end a fight on that shit, bro, it's rough, man.
It's demoralizing.
It is, man. It's like, fuck. And, it's basically what happened to me in Blyas, you know what I mean? Like, except for they ain't stop it. I stopped it before I ended up getting fucking even more fucked up, man. Like, yeah, bro, I'm cooked, man. I cooked myself, Ain't much more to say, man. It's just watch what happens next. That's all I really got to say.
I can't wait to see it, bro, because I know just by talking to you, and before we even got to talk to you, just by watching your fights, bro, like I can see you got that dog in you, bro. Like,
100%. And it's just so weird at that fight, like that the dog, everything, the mentality, the mindset, my spirituality, everything left my body that night. Even the people around me were like, bro, I was talking to you. Do you remember? I was like, no, bro, I don't remember shit. I don't like, it was almost like I was fucking possessed, man. And I let that happen, I let that bad energy get into my mind and my head, man. And it's something I'm very stern on. I'm very sharp with, man. And, like I said, when things like this happen, you just have to go sit back and you recalibrate, the people in your circle, the things you're doing, you're choosing to do, in your life. The things that I did a couple weeks out before the fight that I shouldn't have did. I was in Vegas a couple weeks before the fight. Now I wasn't partying out there, but that energy is just different, and I couldn't sleep. You know what I mean? So in 5 days of training out there, I got like fucking 10 hours of sleep, man. And then the time change and everything, and it was just, I had a lot against me, man. I had a lot going against me, man. And then you get in there and then you try to turn that energy around. You try to, because you're already in there. What am I going to tell them? Like, no, I'm not fighting.
Right.
You know what I mean? I sold all these tickets. Like, no, bro, you got to fucking, whether you're injured or, you got shit going on. And, a lot of fighters can relate to that, man. The real ones anyway. You know what I mean? Because the undefeated little cocky ass motherfuckers can't yet, but they will, because I promise you guys this. This is the sport that is going to be very hard to stay undefeated in. You know what I'm saying? Unless your main guys are 1-5 or 1-3 or 2-6 or you know what I mean, like just lopsided ass records. And people seem to forget, motherfucker, who I really am. Because after that game break shit, I fought Shady, and then that wasn't even really a fight. And then I immediately had to fight Travis Thompson, which was, at that time, you had like, I want to say 10 professional bare knuckle fights to my really 2. Right. You know what I mean? So I said, fuck it, bro. And I took the fucking chance and took us fucking 6 rounds to get it done. But I got that shit done, man. And, after that, once again, there was some respect put on my fucking name finally. But, I kind of had, who was after that? The Perez fight. That was another real good fight. And then, Anthony Foy, I kind of Mayweathered Anthony Foy just because of the simple fact that my fucking hands hurt from the last motherfucker. I mean, this isn't something that you could just go back to back to back, and I don't have, at that time, I didn't have a dynamic wellness that was taking care of me, or a different spot that was like, hey man, if you come get these injections in your hands and you come do this, and these guys that are around a lot of money, they can recover quicker. They could get, so finally after my fight, I linked up with one of those guys. I got my wellness is Sunshine Medical Wellness down in Miami. I linked up with one of those guys after the fight, man, and him and his wife, my boy Danny, they've been taking care of me ever since, man. And those people are an absolute godsend. Anything that I need, man, they get all my blood work done, get all my levels checked, and that shit's super important in this game, man. I'm 37 years old. I ain't getting any younger.
Right.
What's that? Stepped on aspect of fighting, bro, is the fucking medical, the recovery, just taking care of your body, bro. That shit, like, when I first got into this shit, bro, I wasn't doing none of it. I was just training and living regular life, bro.
Well, and that's what I'm saying, man. And then you run into these,
how important it is.
Nah, bro. And then you run into these people at the high level that you're just like, what the fuck, bro? What the fuck? And everything is energy, man. I don't give a fuck what anybody. Anybody could walk around with their big balls like, oh yeah, no, motherfucker. Until you get into that situation, you never know, because if your energy's not in the right place, they'll take that shit from you. Right as soon as you go to walk on that stage, that shit just eats you, bro. It will drain you. It will mentally fuck you. And I watch it with fighters all the fucking time, man. All the time, especially in this bare knuckle shit. I see a lot of people go running their fucking mouth and then turns around and it happens to them. And they're like, oh, well, now I see what you're saying, bro. Now I get it. Now I understand. Well, you should have understood from the beginning before you went running your fucking mouth. But,
But that's real shit though, bro. And like, everybody wants to talk about what it takes to get in there, but they're not the ones stepping in there. And you don't really know what it's, even as a person who's willing to step in there, you don't know what it takes to step in there until you do it.
Nah, bro. And I mean, coming from where I came from in the amateur background, I didn't really have to run that shit up like I did, man. It was pure determination, mindset, and hard work. You know what I mean? Because every single person that I stepped in there with had really light years of experience on me as far as being professionals, whether their professional, records were great or not. Like Rick didn't have the greatest professional record, but he still had fucking, I think, 13, 14 more professional fights than me at the time. Shady, same thing, had way more professional fights than me at that time. Travis, way more professional fights. Fucking Perez had like 40 professional fights. You know what I mean? And just because they're not winning records, that's a time you step in there. And those guys that have nothing to fucking lose are sometimes the hardest to beat. Those guys scared me the most. Scared me more than Blias did. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, fuck, bro, what if I go in there and I fucking lose to this 0-2 guy? And then I had to quickly correct myself and be like, no. How is he going to beat me? Even looking at my opponent right now, you know, yeah, he's 2-0 in bare knuckle or 1-0 in our organization, but I think 2-0 in bare knuckle. But I break people down like, how is he going to beat me? He ain't faster than me. He ain't stronger than me. He ain't more technical than me. He damn sure ain't as handsome as me. I got him beat in every fucking avenue, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got you beat in every fucking avenue. So how do I lose that fight? I come out there and I lose the fight for me. That's who beats me is me. I have way too much attributes. I got way too much skill set. And I'm just sharpening the mind as it comes, man. And like I said, man, the only person that can beat me is me. And I mean, like, that's what you've seen with Blias. It wasn't like, yes, he came out and enforced his will on me, but he didn't fucking knock me out. He didn't sleep me. He didn't melt me. You know what I mean?
I noticed that you got
I
up
beat
in time for the
myself,
count.
bro. You know, and I ate his best punch. Ate that shit, got right back up, and then when he hit me in the fucking eyeball, bro, I couldn't eat that one. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, you definitely didn't look like you looked in other fights in that fight for sure.
No, man, I wasn't
bro.
there, and it's just a shitty place to not be there, man. And I mean, I can't exactly pinpoint it, you know what I mean? But it doesn't really matter because it's history, bro. The only thing that I could do now is correct the fucked up shit that I did wrong, and I did that. You know what I'm saying? And I know that I'm growing mentally, but spiritually as well. You know what I mean? And then the physical comes right along with it.
So Matt Guyman, he's May 2nd, 2025, right? He's coming up in about a month, right? That's the guy, Matt.
Yep.
Now, I see he got a background in like MMA and all that other stuff. Does any of that translate well, or it's just like toughness that translates from that, do you think?
Probably a little bit of his toughness, but I train at a Muay Thai gym as well, and I think he does too. So I train with a lot of Muay Thai guys too. Plus, I'm very prevalent in Muay Thai and MMA and all of that shit. So I'm not just a boxer, bro. I've trained Hungar, Kung Fu, Shanran-Ryu Karate, you know, wrestled for high school. Like I did a lot of shit. I got to train with a lot of elite people, a lot of good guys, learned a lot of great shit along the way. I mean, I always used the Bruce Lee philosophy. Use no way as the way and have no limitations as limitations. And essentially, you know, whatever anybody can share with me, I absorb what's useful and I discard what's useless. And I essentially sprinkle my own shit up in there. You know what I mean? And bam, there you have it. The Tao of Jeet Kune Do. It could be used in every aspect of life.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Who do you think has been your toughest fight so far in BKFC? Would it be Bias?
I mean, obviously Blias, but other than that,
we can't count that one because
own...
your head was in the right spot, so we can't count that one. Blias.
Okay, so it was a mix-up between Travis and fucking Perez, dude.
Yeah, Perez.
Like, fuck. I thought I was going to kill that man, bro. Like, I never seen somebody's head split so goddamn bad. Like, I could see his skull. The first punch I hit him with, I knocked his front tooth completely loose. He walked right into it. I was like, bow. And he fucking, when I hit him, I felt it. And that motherfucker looked at me, bro, after he got hit and was like, look. And honed back in on me. And when he did that shit, bro, I was fucking like, dude, I didn't even know how to take it. I was like, how the fuck did he just eat that shot? And he grabbed me and then started feeding me. So I'm in my mind like, how the fuck? And before I could even think how the fuck, he just started beating on me, bro. And I couldn't even fucking I couldn't get out of it. He was so strong and he was fucking so rabbit punching me that I was like, bro, I got to take a knee because this shit hurts. So I took the knee. And I remember looking across from him and I was like, no fucking way am I going out like this, bro. There's no way I'm letting this dude beat me. So I got up and continued to, you know, work the onslaught. But, you know, like I said, those were things and those were times in my life and in training too, where, I wasn't quite, doing the right things. I didn't have the right nutrition and I have the right, team around me. So, that result almost ended fucking tragically, but I pulled myself up out of it just like I should have did with Blias. And that's what's different, man. That's why I say the energy was different. The spirituality aspect of it was different. There was a lot of weird shit going on, man. So,
I feel that.
I just don't, I don't know.
That's the one where you got rid of your management, right? Because he was tripping. Correct.
I probably switched management.
Coach, I mean, whatever.
Oh, coach, yeah. And no, I didn't get rid of him right after the coach. I mean, we had that viral moment together, but it was like, bro, you yelling at me when in all actuality, you see that I'm about to go do that shit. I said, you see him standing across the ring like he's fucking swaying, bro. He's got nothing left. Of course I'm gonna go out there and take care of him. But you yelling at me like I'm like, you know what, coach? Why don't you get your fucking ass in here and show me how to do it better? You know what I'm saying? Like, straight the fuck up, man. And that's what pissed me off, because after that fight, I still gave that motherfucker the time of day. He's the one that led me to, the Quentin Foy and then finally the title fight. But if every fight under him, I gradually got worse. And that was because we never worked the shit we were supposed to work in the gym. It was always strength and conditioning. After I told him I got a strength and conditioning coach, well, it didn't matter. They were like, well, okay, we'll come in here and do this anyway. So I was doing like double dosing of strength and conditioning, and I'm training in a gym that had no windows, no ventilation. Ooh. It's fucking 120 degrees in there every day, and I'm in there busting my fucking ass, bro. And after the title fight, it was never like, hey, I know you got in your own head about this shit, but was there anything different we could have done during training camp? Was there anything I could have done differently? It was like, nah, bro, it's all on you. I said, so guess what? It's going to be all on me to walk the fuck up out of your gym and go take my talent somewhere else. And I went back to my old trainer.
You, bro, I know, like,
well, 100%. And they told me that shit anyway, and I didn't listen. They were like, it's business, bro. I wouldn't be with those people. I mean, a lot of people told me that, and I just ignored it. You know what I'm saying? I ignored it, and I paid for it. So
that's what it is. When your loyalty runs deep, it's like, what side do I choose? Do I go with best for me, or do I stay loyal to the fucking?
Well, and look what happened, bro. Because if I was around the right people and they seen the way I was getting depleted and seen the way I was training, they would have been like, "You're not fighting in a world title fight. Absolutely fucking not." But I made that decision, and then my coach was just like, "Yeah, he sucks. We could beat him." Okay, so that's the mentality. Oh, he sucks. Like, fuck out of here, bro.
He wouldn't be the fucking champ.
Right, bro. Like, but that's the mentality. And I get it. Like, yeah, it's cool to have that mentality, but don't fucking lie to yourself. That's one thing that motherfuckers do way too much. And especially in this game, you can't do is lie to yourself, man. You could lie to yourself any which way you want in life, but the universe knows what's going on, man. You know what I'm saying? That universal energy knows what's going on. So you can't lie to it, bro. You can't. So you can say whatever the fuck you want to say. They can say whatever they want. And I watch how people act and how they talk and the things, and then watch the things that transpire after the fact. You know what I mean? So I know it's correct. I know it's true. So I live by certain principles, and one being my gratitude and integrity is always at an all-time high. You know what I'm saying? I am who I am behind closed doors, just like I am in front of closed doors. You know what I'm saying? Or in front of y'all, anybody's faces. What you see is what you get. It's just authentic, real, and raw. You know what I mean? Like, I don't gotta prep for shit. We coming on this podcast today. It's not like, oh damn, what am I gonna talk about? What am I gonna say? What am I gonna do? Like, nah, bro. I'm gonna let you guys ask the questions, and I'm gonna feed in off of it, and it's gonna make for a hell of an entertaining show.
Oh yeah, it's a good one.
Like I said, I know who the fuck I am.
So let me ask you this question: you work your way back, you get the title, you defend the title a few times. Is there any other accomplishments that you think you might want to accomplish outside of BKFC after you do all of that?
Man, I just would love to spread the knowledge and the truth to the younger generation of fucked up individuals growing up in this fucked up environments and these fucked up people in this world, to let them know that, listen, man, if you stay true to yourself and you keep your gratitude and integrity at an all-time high, and you do the right things behind closed doors, and you treat people with pure love, everybody, you will get that back, man, and you will win at the end of the day. And you know how I know that? Because look at my fucking resume. So that's what I want to prove. With everything that I accomplish in life, it makes the talk a lot more easier. I'd like to go into, schools or, broken down, environments and help these young men out and these young kids out. I mean, even, if women wanted to listen, whoever, just try to help, try to give back, try to put it on, try to make, anybody and everybody change their mentalities in their mindsets, man, because, nowadays you're dealing with a lot of broken ass individuals. You know what I mean? A lot of young broken kids, man. A lot of young broken boys that just have no guidance.
That's real shit.
You know what I mean? And don't understand really truly what it's like to have good gratitude and integrity, man. People don't understand there's actually a recipe for success. You know what I mean? And these things, the things that I've done in my life, especially in a short amount of time, is I want to be able to, lay that out and be like, look, man, look how I did these things. And how I did them, boom, here's the fucking blueprint. And then if I can just change 2 or 3 people's mindsets, a mission accomplished. You know what I mean? If people can go back and watch one of these fucking podcasts and be like, you know what, man, that's a genuine motherfucker right there. I want to be like that when I get older. I want to strive for greatness. And, look, he came from absolutely nothing and did it. And I did. You know what I mean? I literally, I didn't have a fucking any handouts. I had to do this shit. When I told my people I was doing bare knuckle, they were like, why? My kids, Dad, no, Dad, don't, no. And it was like, I have to do this. I'm not asking for an approval. This is something I have to do. Right. You know what I mean? And I did it.
So look,
like I said, look where we're at.
So look, we got about 5 minutes. Is there any sponsors that you want to shout out, or you want to shout out?
Yeah, shout out your barbershop, bro.
You want to shout out the barbershop? You know what I'm saying? For sure.
Always look. We're right here in Largo, man. Royal Barber's Edge. Right there off of East Bay. Come in and check my boys out. I got to shout out, my team over there at MJM, my coach Matt, my coach Nick Ruiz, my strength and conditioning coach trains me and Dave Mundell. I got to shout out my management team, of course, All In, Vic, Sam, love you guys, man. You guys make life way easier for me. And of course, shout out all my fucking fans, man. All you people who really truly follow me and respect me and got love for me, man. I appreciate you guys. I genuinely do, man. Love and appreciate all you guys. Appreciate you guys for taking your time to have me on the podcast today. You know what I mean? Like,
to be here, brother.
Oh, we're gonna build though. This ain't the first and the last. We're definitely gonna build.
Let's do it.
I can't wait to hear the stories about tonight when y'all hang out. I can't wait to hear that. I won't be able to be there, unfortunately, but
have the belt on your shoulder.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna happen. I already know.
Oh, it's gonna be around this way soon enough. I'm making the changes, my friends. You know what I'm saying? And I know it. Not only do I know it, but I can feel it. Most importantly.
So what do you think, cousin? You think America and the world's tired of hearing our voice?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet.
A tired of us, man.
Not yet.
But yo, man, I appreciate having you on. Yo, pop out to the
Yeah, I'll be out there.
About tonight.
All right, brother. I'll be out there, man.
Yeah, man. Hope to see you, dog.
You will.
And remember, keep it blunt, baby.